there's no place where God does not exist and we're all God. There's no place that we do not exist. We exist in dimensions beyond this one, in other places, other times. There's a continuity of consciousness that flows through all things. That's what God is. God does not think in terms of like how we think. It just is. God is not even a he. People always say he, him. I think of God as more of a she. And you can see this in many places in esoteric teachings as well. The worship of the divine feminine, in sacred geometry is based on the sacred flower of life, which is a series of overlapping circles in which all geometric shapes fit and line up with points within that sacred flower. And the overlapping circles create, opposing arcs that, symbolize the vagina. And you'll if you start looking around, you'll start seeing this everywhere. These opposing arcs in architecture and in corporate logos, but we're all God. I mean, science has now proven the existence of some sort of force, a presence. In quantum physics, they call it the quantum field or the unified field. Russian scientists have done experiments where they've placed two cells, separated from each other, and the cells will grow towards each other because they're connected through the ether. We're all interconnected through the ether, through God, through the quantum field, the unified field, the energy, the universe, whatever you want to call it. It's a web of, it's a continuity of consciousness. It's a web of interconnected energy, of conscious thought, of love, infinite love that we can all tap into. It doesn't judge you. It doesn't, send you to hell. It just is. The Andromedans, who are 50,000 years ahead of us in technology, they just call it the isness because they don't know how to explain it. You can't explain it. It's beyond language. That's basically like the Force in Star Wars, though. So, God, we're all divine. We all exist eternally. But we've been manipulated and controlled all our lives to live in fear and to think that we are not divine, that we are subjects of the king rather than kings ourselves. And you can see why. If you have a population that you want to keep calm and keep under control, having a message come out there that, you're all divine, sovereign, kings and queens of your own realm, and you're eternal, and you cannot be destroyed, that would make people very fearless, and people in power have fear that if the people become fearless, there's going to be total anarchy and chaos in the streets, and that's again coming from a limited, fear-based way of thinking. Oh my God, if people know the truth that they're really, divine, eternal beings that cannot be destroyed, then how can we keep them under control? And so we have been manipulated and controlled, but it's okay. Don't freak out. But like another symbol you'll see everywhere is the all-seeing eye. On the dollar bill, of course. Those here in Southern California, maybe other places, Time Warner Cable, they use the symbol of the eye. The CBS logo is a symbol of the eye, and that represents, that they see what everyone else does. If you look at the pyramid on the dollar bill, there's the eye at the top of the pyramid, and separated from the pyramid. So the eye represents, the Illuminati, which I always say, I don't think they even call themselves the Illuminati, maybe just jokingly, like, hey, we're the Illuminati, but it's just a term that we can all loosely, reference, the power brokers of the world, the bankers, the owners of the weapons manufacturers, big oil, big energy, the military-industrial complex, all that stuff. These guys make money off of us. We are enslaved to their system. But the first way to become free is to realize that we have been manipulated and controlled. That people think about it backwards. People think, oh, I don't want to accept that I've been manipulated and controlled and lied to, because then that means like I'm a punk. I got punked, and no one wants to admit that they got punked. But the only way to gain true freedom and to move this humanity forward to the next stage of evolution is to say, okay, I get it. I mean, here's the thing. Ever since, ancient civilizations, there have always been like a caste system of like different levels of teachings. There's been mystery schools, where there's been like a certain inside group of people who've been, shown the truth. That we're all divine, that we're all God, that extraterrestrials exist, all this stuff. This knowledge has been, around since recorded civilization. And then there's been the masses who have been purposely kept in the dark and kept ignorant and kept under control and been told only what the people in power feel that they want them to hear to keep them under control. And so this is not some paranoid conspiracy theory. I'm not paranoid. I'm just trying to explain things in a way that... But my point is, so throughout history there's been, these mystery schools and, information that's been kept secret. Now with the internet, all that information is out there. You can learn about anything in the universe. You can learn about extraterrestrials, God, conspiracies, 2012, all this, Mayan calendars, all this stuff. But instead, people use the internet to like stay in ignorance and just like send around little cute videos of kitty cats or little stupid jokes. And what they do to we live in a self-policing society that's controlled by this thought matrix. What they do to stay ignorant with all the information out there is they debunk the entire internet. Like, oh, you can't believe everything you read on the internet, and anyone can write an article for Wikipedia and put it up there. And it's like, yeah, that's true. You can try to write an article, but if it's not legit, they'll take that shit right down. They have people patrolling that 24/7. So that's about my 10-minute limit for this YouTube segment. But just keep an open mind and use the internet for more than just looking at stupid, silly videos. And there's a ton of information out there. Anything you ever wanted to learn is out there. Check out my MySpace page, Mattman162000, and my spiritual MySpace page, Jesus162000, for good places to start if you want to go down the path of knowledge. Alright, thanks. Bye.